Hi everyone, so this video is a video for the YouTube Artist Collective, and just before I say anything else, I'm doing a digital sketch of the painting beforehand, and then I'm going to be doing the whole painting with watercolor. I'm just showing you a little bit of the sketching at the beginning, but then the rest of the video will be all traditional stuff. So the YouTube Artist Collective is a group of YouTube artists that get together every few months, and there's actually a Facebook group where you can vote on what theme we're going to do next. So you decide the theme that all of our drawings are going to relate to, and basically we all make a drawing relating to the theme that is chosen, and all of the drawings are traditional, and I'll link everyone else's channels and their videos in the description. There's a lot of artists in the collective right now, so all of them will be linked in the description if you want to go see them, and there'll also be a playlist that'll link in the cards on this video, so all the videos will be in the playlist. So the theme for this month was Zodiacs, and I decided to do Pisces because that's my sign, but I want to do something a little bit different. So as you can see, the girl has two fish. She's kind of like hugging them. She has them underneath her arms, and those are supposed to be the Pisces fish that's in the logo sign symbol for it. And I wanted to make the fish kind of be all galaxy, and so that's kind of the concept behind this. And I just wanted to say I'm really excited to be part of the collective. I've been following it for the last year or so, and I've been kind of like working up the courage to ask and waiting till I had enough subscribers. And I asked them a couple months ago after they did their last theme, and I asked them if I could join, and they said yes, and I'm really excited to be doing this video. I had so much fun painting it. Watercolor is just, I have such a blast when I do watercolor, and I'm just really, really grateful to be able to be a part of this amazing group of artists. Like, everyone is so good at what they do, and I would really recommend that you go look at all of their channels and all of their videos. You probably know of most of them already, but there might be some that you've never heard of before, so definitely go check them out when you're done watching mine or whenever you want. So as you saw at the beginning, I actually planned this out digitally because I find it way easier to sketch on the computer digitally rather than in real life, because I just find it's so much easier to construct your ideas, because erasing is so easy. You can resize things, you can move them around, you can play with the colors in a way that you can't traditionally. So I love to do my planning digitally, and then I like to take the digital sketch and I actually traced over it onto my watercolor paper, and then I'm doing it in watercolor. And like all the pieces for the YouTube Artist Collective, you are actually able to buy the original of this. It's my first original piece of art that I've ever sold before. The link to my shop is in the description. It's only this piece of art that's on it right now because I can't really send out a bunch of stuff at the moment, but if you're interested in buying this piece of art, the original one-of-a-kind piece of paper that I actually painted on, it's signed and everything, it is linked in the description. So, and there's also prints. I will link those as well, and the prints will be on Redbubble, and this original is on my Ticktail shop. So Pisces, like I said before, the symbol for Pisces is two fish. They're swimming in opposite directions, and so I just wanted to take the idea of two fish, and it's a coral reef, and originally I was going to make the two fish koi fish, but then I actually started that painting and I colored in the whole background and I made them colored as koi fish. I even did a whole digital planning for that, but I didn't have any of the coral reef around them. It was just water. So for this one, I changed my mind halfway through. I wasn't liking the way it was turning out, so I decided to add all the other fish in the coral reef around the characters. And then I thought, I can't do koi fish anymore because koi fish are freshwater and it wouldn't make sense to have them in an ocean setting, so I just changed the fish to be kind of like a light blue color, and I made their tails be dark blue and they faded to light blue, and I put stars in their tails, and I also did the actual like sign of the Pisces, which is like the two like curvy lines with the dash through them. I don't really know how else to call it, but you will see that eventually. And the whole my whole process for this, I just did a layer of watercolor. I let all the colors blend together, and then on the second layer I defined the colors and shapes a bit more, using like brighter versions of those colors, and then I just kind of add all the details in. And this took me quite a long time because it's so detailed, and I was trying to really make it nice and neat, and I didn't want to overwork it because that's something that I struggle with when doing paintings. I tend to like keep going and I don't know when to stop, so I try to notice when it was time to stop for this one. And I tried to take my time and be very careful where I placed everything, because after I do all the colors and I shade it as much as I can, then I like to go in with inking pens and brush pens and kind of go outside all the outlines and make everything look nice and clean. It really ties it together using all the outlining everything with ink, or even just using a really small brush and a really dark color of watercolor. And I did that, but then after I outlined everything with a dark thin watercolor line, I went over it with ink just to make it darker and to make it pop more. And this is a very cartoony kind of drawing. Her face is very stylized, very cartoony, the fish as well. It's definitely not supposed to be realistic at all. I want it to be cute and colorful. In the color palette, I decided to make it mostly complementary, kind of, because it's blue and orange, but it's also kind of like green and red, so it's kind of like blue, orange, green, and pink, which is a shade of red. And I wanted to stick to a very kind of like a very specific colors, because I didn't want it to look too rainbowy, because coral reefs are kind of rainbowy, but I wanted to kind of keep it more controlled colors. So I did mostly orange, pink, blue, green, and just like browns, and just like the whole range of those hues. And it was so much fun working with the colors, and every single time I do a watercolor painting, I'm not sure if it's going to turn out, because you never really know what it's going to look like until you bring it to the very final result, because you can spend hours on it and then the last few details can make all the difference into making your piece look the way you wanted it to look. So there were some moments where I was thinking that it might not turn out the way I want it to, but I just kept going, and I tried to take my time and I tried to think very carefully about how I wanted things to be. And I was very disappointed when I did the background and it got all blotchy, but I didn't rush to fix it. I just waited. I did some other things, and then I did another layer, and I even went in with pencil crayon, and I smoothed it out, and that helped a lot. Pencil crayon is so useful for smoothing out watercolor. The pencil crayons that I use are the Prismacolor, what are they called? Premier Soft Core ones. I've had them for a really long time. I don't really like doing just pencil crayon drawings, so I like to use them to go over top of stuff. I rarely use pencil crayons. Like, I don't really like them anymore. I used to love them when I was younger. They just take too much time. I'm more of a paint person, and digital is also one of my favorite mediums. I love doing digital art, but watercolor is my favorite traditional medium, so I had to do this one in watercolor. And every time I do watercolor, I always incorporate other stuff into it. Like I said, ink, gel pens, gouache, white gouache I use in this one. I used so much white gouache. It's a really good tool for fixing your mistakes. You can go over stuff with the white gouache and then go over top of that with watercolor again, and it can kind of help you clean it up and fix any like imperfections or any messy areas. So like I said before, you can buy the original of this drawing, the one-of-a-kind piece of paper with the watercolor. It's not a print, it's the actual drawing itself. In the description, the link is there. If you want to purchase it, you can. It's the first original that I'll ever be selling. I've done commissions before, but I've never like sold originals, so this is kind of, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. It's kind of exciting, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm really, really grateful to be part of the collective. All the lists of the artists will be in the description who are part of the collective this time, and there'll be a playlist linked above in the cards. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really, really relaxing painting this. I did so much planning, like I think it's half planning, half painting, but I like the way it turned out, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you like it too. And like I said, go check out the other artists. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.